Hello, I'm Mike Hayes, and I'm here to show you two things. Learning to learn is the most vital skill in the AI frontier, and podcastlistening.com combined with sharing is the fastest way to learn how to learn AI. I've seen technology change the world, from the very first personal computers to the rise of the internet. But right now, with AI, it feels different, personal, alive. Now, back in the 1980s, I had the chance to sit down and interview Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. The era was absolutely alive with possibility. This is going to change everything, they told me. And you could feel it, and it did. The personal computer gave every person a chance to create, to explore, to build something that was theirs. Today, that spark is here again. But it's not about a machine on your desk. It's about intelligence, creativity, imagination, connection, all in your hands, ready to be shared. And that's the word that matters most, sharing. AI is not just tech, it's about us. It's about lifting each other up, sharing opportunities, building ideas together, not alone. Two voices, two eras, one idea. Steve Jobs in 1981 said, "The personal computer is a bicycle for the mind." Sam Altman today says AI is the next lift to abundance. A bicycle for the great discovery of AI. Same dream, same purpose. Tools to go further, faster, together. Now listen, not just to the words, but to the energy, the possibility. This story isn't past. It isn't the future. It's you right now, learning something that is amazing and then sharing it.
All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to connect the dots between two of the biggest revolutions in modern history. And trust me, the parallels are absolutely fascinating. You know, Steve Jobs famously said, creativity is just connecting things, and that's exactly what we're doing today. We're connecting two monumental moments in tech to understand the AI revolution that is unfolding all around us right now. Because to really get a handle on where we're going with AI, we first have to look back. We're going to trace the pattern from one visionary to the next and see how history, well, it doesn't really repeat, but it sure does rhyme. And it offers a powerful blueprint for what's coming next. So let's dive right in. You've got two key figures here. On one side, Steve Jobs, pretty much the architect of the personal computer era. And on the other, Sam Altman, a key architect of our current AI era. You're about to see just how aligned their thinking really is. So where does this all begin? Well, it starts with a core philosophy, this shared vision for what technology is fundamentally for. And it boils down to this, making a tool that amplifies what it means to be human. Picture this, it's 1981, and a young Steve Jobs comes out with this powerful analogy. He wasn't just talking about building a box with circuits and a screen. No, he saw it as building a vehicle for our minds, a bicycle for the mind. And you have to understand, this wasn't just some slick marketing slogan. It shaped everything about Apple's approach. The whole point was to let the machine handle the boring, tedious stuff, freeing up our brains to do what we do best, create, dream, and solve big problems. Okay, now fast forward 4 decades. This is where it gets really interesting, because that exact same idea has roared back to life with incredible force today. And this is where that echo becomes a roar. You hear Sam Altman and other AI leaders using almost the exact same language. They see AI agents as the next evolution of this bicycle, a tool designed to demolish drudgery and unlock a whole new wave of human creativity and opportunity. It's the same vision, just with a new, more powerful engine. Okay, so a big vision is one thing, but how do you actually make it happen? Well, that brings us to our next parallel, the creation of entirely new platforms that literally reshape the world. And Jobs had this just brilliant way of explaining this shift. He said, think about the electric motor. At first, you had these giant motors in factories, but the real revolution came with the fractional horsepower motor, small motors that could go into every single appliance, bringing that power directly to you. He said the PC was going to do the exact same thing for computing power. And when you step back, you see this incredible pattern emerge. Every decade or so, a new platform is born that completely changes the game. We went from the PC to the internet to the smartphone, and now it looks like AI agents are the next massive platform shift. Right now, according to the analysts, AI platforms like ChatGPT are in that critical open window phase. They're not just pulling in hundreds of millions of users, they're attracting the developers, the builders, the creators who are making the next generation of apps on top of them. Sound familiar? It's exactly what happened with the PC and the iPhone. But let's be real for a second. These massive shifts, they can be jarring, kind of weird, even a little scary. So how do we, as a society, get comfortable with technology that feels so radical and world-changing? I mean, that's the big challenge, right? Every new technology has to get over this hurdle. That initial feeling is always a mix of excitement, confusion, and yeah, sometimes a little bit of fear. And Sam Altman has this perfect, simple phrase for how we get through it. It's only weird once. Just think about it. The first time you saw a self-driving car, or used GPS, or did a video call, it was weird for a minute, right? And then it just became normal. The shock wears off, and the novelty turns into utility. What's so fascinating is that both of these leaders understood this instinctively. Jobs was a master storyteller. He used analogies like the bicycle to make complex tech feel familiar and less scary. Altman's strategy is a bit different, but it's aimed at the same goal. He calls it inoculating society, releasing the tech gradually with safety rails so we can all learn and adapt alongside it. And this process happens way faster than we think. Steve Jobs was pointing this out back in the 80s. The Xerox machine completely transformed office work in less than 20 years. And the slide rule, it was totally wiped out just 6 years after the first pocket calculator hit the market. We adapt fast. Okay, so we've seen the vision, we've seen the platform, we've seen how we adapt. The big question now is, what does all this mean for you and me right now in the middle of this thing? Look at the parallels. The tech is different, of course, a graphical interface versus AI reasoning, but the fundamental pattern, it's identical. A new tool creates a new platform that frees people up to do more creative and meaningful work. But there is one massive difference this time around, and it is absolutely mind-blowing, the sheer speed and scale. After years of work, Apple was celebrating shipping 150,000 computers by 1980. ChatGPT, it's on a path to hit 800 million weekly active users. The acceleration is it's breathtaking. So here's the ultimate takeaway. These moments, these big inflection points, they aren't just about the technology itself. They're about the new canvas they give us. They open up this huge blank space for new ideas, new businesses, and new kinds of creativity that were literally impossible the day before. Which brings us to the final and maybe the most important question. We are living through another one of these pivotal moments. Jobs gave us a bicycle for the mind. Altman is offering us an intelligent agent. The tool is here. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?
Well, you just heard it. Now, what strikes me most about all of this is the word human. Circuits, chips, networks, they're tools. People are the revolution. Steve Jobs said, no, this belongs to everyone. Sam Altman says the same thing. Every individual deserves tools to think bigger, create faster, discover deeper. Technology alone does not create change. Courage creates change. Stepping forward, learning, sharing, connecting. The garages of the past are now digital, podcastlistening.com, and the great discovery of AI Supercampus. Spaces to share, to build, to bring humanity into AI. This is your call to action. Not a story of the past, a story of you. When intelligence becomes personal, discovery becomes universal. The journey begins. Keep exploring, keep podcast listening. Keep making the great discovery of AI the future of you.